Hello all, today as part of the Economic Current Affairs revision through MCQ series, we are going to look at the 10th topic that is related to the IBC amendment. So last year there was an IBC amendment, that is the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code was amended in 2021. And what is the major amendment and what was an important feature that was brought under this is what we call as the Prepack insolvency process. So let's consider the following statements. Just take a pause, look at the statement, try to solve it, and then resume this particular discussion. 1. Like the CIRP means the Corporate Insolvency Resolution Process. Corporate Insolvency Resolution Process. Like this process, the PIRP, here it obviously means the question, that's the subtext here. So Prepack insolvency process also can be initiated by financial creditors and debtors. Is it right or wrong? No. Second, the resolution should take place within a period of 330 days under the PIRP. This is also wrong. Third statement, PIRP may be initiated only when a debtor is an MSME. Yes. The minimum threshold for PIRP is 1 crore default. So 1 crore default, below 1 crore default, there should not be brought under Prepack. This is incorrect. In the year 2020, due to COVID, we amended the IBC, that is in 2020 we amended, and we made the minimum threshold to be brought under the IBC. That is, for the CIRP process, the minimum threshold that we should have was 1 crore. It was 1 lakh under the original act. Under the original act, any default of at least 1 lakh can be brought under the CIRP, but now we have increased it to 1 crore. So obviously anticipating that there is going to be severe stress in a lot of the sectors, and 1 lakh will be very meager, and many of the companies will be brought under IBC. So that should not happen. That's why the margin of the threshold was increased during 2020 amendment. So this is incorrect because 1 crore is the normal limit. For Prepack insolvency, we have changed it to 10 lakhs. For Prepack it is 10 lakhs. And let's say this first statement, why is it wrong? Because under the PIRP, only debtors, understand, only debtors are allowed. So who is the debtor? Here let's see statement number 3. Statement number 3, that is PIRP may be initiated. This is obviously a correct statement, which is only an MSME which is on the verge of a default or which is not able to pay back can initiate Prepack insolvency process against itself. Unlike the normal process of the IBC, where a financial creditor or a bank which has given credit can initiate IBC proceedings, here bank cannot. Only the debtor himself has to come and bring him or initiate Prepack insolvency process. Clear? So only 3 will be correct here. So the correct option is option C. So let's talk about the second statement. Is it for 120 days, 330 days? No. This is also for the normal process. Under the Prepack, it will be 90 days or to an extent of up to 30 days. So the maximum can be up to only 20 days, but it should be, most of the time, it should be brought within 90 days. This is the process. So first statement is incorrect because only creditors. Second statement, it will be 120 days. It is not 330 days. These are all normal processes. They are not brought in by the amendment. So third is correct. Last is incorrect. So normally under the IBC, there are 2 processes. One is a very important process, or a key process that we speak of is the Corporate Insolvency Resolution Process. Here what will happen? First of all, when a company has defaulted, the particular creditor, operational creditor or the debtor himself can initiate insolvency process. So this process will be initiated and it will go to the NCLT. NCLT will now process it and appoint a resolution professional. There's a resolution professional. After that, a committee of creditors will be formed. Then a resolution plan will have to be accepted. Once this plan is accepted, this resolution process will be, the professional will wind up the process and transfer this company to someone else. So within here, when the resolution professional is being appointed, he will take over the take over the management of a company. So this is what happens. And if you take the history of IBC process in India, even though the deadline is 3:30 and the Supreme Court has also relaxed this norm, no need for 3:30, and the high profile cases, some cases like the SR Steels have even taken close to 3 years. That is more than close to around 1000 days it has taken. So the inordinate delay is also happening in the IBC. To prevent this delay only, we have the PIRP. So under this, what will happen? The debtor, only the debtor will initiate. So who is the debtor? Let's say a company is there, and here also this is exclusively for MSME companies. The MSME company has to come forward if it's a debtor and should bring a plan that I am a failing company, please bring me under the IBC process. Under the Prepack insolvency, I have an alternative form, or a plan has to be submitted by the debtor. So someone else can give a particular plan to the debtor to bail him out, and any company can come willingly acquire this company, all this. So he should have a plan in hand, only then he can come under, or he or she can come under this PIRP. So once the company has been brought under the PIRP, and the debtor, the NCLT will now accept or reject the plan. Clear? So if it is accepting, it can just, the process is over, it will be very smooth, and the committee of creditors will have to be informed that the plan has been accepted and whatever is due will have to be paid to them. Here, one difference between this PIRP and CIRP is that the management will not be taken over by the resolution professional. The management will retain control over the finances of that particular company. Only the plan will have to be accepted by the committee of creditors. The committee of creditors, by 66%, if they accept the plan, the process is over. So rather than going through the entire process of the corporate insolvency, PIRP will be very quick. So that's a quick fix mechanism for resolution. So this is the amendment. We didn't have such a process at all just after the COVID, and because we anticipated that more and more companies are going to have this kind of situation, we brought this as a specific amendment in 2021. So that's all for today. If you have any queries related to any questions, you can contact the phone number that we have in the description. Thank you. We'll see you in the next topic.